Our cast of Turandot has come to Philadelphia literally from around the world. Some live right here in the Delaware Valley. Others have come from as far as Canada and even Italy. Many of the singers have taken on these roles many times in their career. Others are tackling them for the first time. Why don't we meet the people behind the voices of Turandot?
I grew up on Long Island. I worked very hard to be able to use the accent or not.
I'm originally from Houston.
I was actually born in Lebanon, in Beirut, and I grew up in Ottawa, Canada.
I'm from St. Joseph, Missouri, which is north of Kansas City.
I grew up in LA.
Well, I was born in Seoul, Korea, but I've lived in the United States for over 30 years.
So I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, in the suburbs of King Forest subdivision.
I kind of grew up singing in church choir and grew up as a pianist, but never had aspirations to do any of this. I didn't see my first opera till I was 19, and I was taking voice lessons at the time, but I kind of said, this is great music theater. And so I kind of thought, well, I'll keep knocking on doors as long as they open, and that's now 25 years ago.
Opera kind of presented itself to me later in life. I was 30 years old before I attended an opera, and I happened to be on stage singing The King and Aida. So I'm a different story in that I didn't grow up knowing much about opera. I didn't grow up aspiring to be an opera singer. The two roles joined about the age of 30 for me, and I think it's a perfect fit. I finally feel as though I found out what God put me on earth to do, and I'm doing it, and I'm earning a living at it. So it's fun.
I actually started my undergraduate degree at the University of Houston's Moore School of Music wanting to be a choir director. And I got I don't know, maybe a year into my undergrad, and I was like, wow, singing is way more fun than conducting. So, so I ended up changing my focus, and I have never looked back.
When I was a teenager, I really thought that opera was uncool. I never understood it. I didn't grow up with it, so I didn't know what it was about. But it wasn't until I got into the Ottawa U music program. The first opera we did was Carmen, actually, and I fell in love with opera then, and that's when I decided to get into opera.
After having lived in LA, Seattle, and New York, I moved out to Hawaii after being a paralegal on Wall Street. Somebody in the Hawaii Opera Theater chorus dragged me to an opera chorus rehearsal. My first voice lesson wasn't until the year I turned 30. And the joke is that I was in an opera before I ever saw one.
As an emerging artist at Opera Philadelphia, I'm really lucky to be able to be doing this show alongside living legends, and I get to learn from them while standing next to them, so there's really nothing that's more exciting. So I'm super happy to be here.
7 years old, my mother, okay, this night you come with me to the opera for to listen. Butterfly, I don't know. Yes, there's a fantastic opera with the Japanese girl and the American captain, Oh yeah, in the second act, and say my mother, Mama, no, please stop. We go home, it's impossible to continue. Silence, it's the moment, it's the fantastic moment. This is my first time in the opera.
When I got to college, they gave me a sight singing test, which they give to all instrumental majors in order to place them into classes to be able to train your ears. And they were more impressed with my voice than my clarinet playing, which was really lousy because I got the overbite and everything. But I fell in love with it so fast, and I just had no idea that this amazing art form existed. It is something for everybody. And I love that we were able to do something like this, to be able to bring it to mass audiences where people can just show up in their shorts with a picnic and a bottle of wine and enjoy it, because that's what it can be. It's for everyone.